Well, welcome back, my friends, to a fireside chat with Scab. I'm probably going to disappear in the smoke, so I'm not going to keep this one very long. 2023 is ending. Now, I wanted to do this tomorrow night, but I got to thinking about it between the fireworks and the damn gunshots and all that. I'm not going to be outside on New Year's Eve. I'm too old for that at 52. So I got a little fire going. I'm trying to burn some stuff up. I just wanted to take a few minutes, man, and say thank you. Thank you to each and every one of you who subscribe, who comment, who make this channel go, who support me with shorts, who support me with long form, who support me with lives. Even when I show knives that aren't your style, you still comment, thank you. You still watch, thank you. There's a ton of people who watch this channel who don't comment, but they support by watching. Dude, thank you. This started off as a way to share my passion and keep my mind and hands busy. We put work in, and you guys supported that. And it's gone from that, it's not a hobby anymore. It is my absolute passion. I love doing it. I love sharing it with you. And I love improving. I love two things about it. One, I love knives, axes, spears, swords. If it's sharp, if it's pointy, I love it. I don't give a shit what it is. It can be a knuckle duster knife. It can be a machete. I've got a couple of big things coming that are just nasty. Nasty. That's going to fit the channel perfectly. But I love all of it. And you guys watch faithfully. May not be your thing, but you watch. You're supportive. You're appreciative. And I just want to say to you, thank you. Thank you for understanding that for me, this is a learning experience. I'm not an expert in this shit. Y'all know that. Y'all see that every video. I'm learning. When I don't get a term right, you don't jump on me. I'm appreciative for you. I'm appreciative that I'm trying to figure out a way to put it. You guys really make this enjoyable. I've said from the beginning, when it's no longer fun, I won't do it. You guys help it and keep it fun. You really do. There's ups and there's downs, and I get tired in it, but I don't get tired of it. And I am thankful for that. 2024 coming up. I'll make this quick. I'm looking forward to it, man. We're going to focus a little more on individual makers, smaller forges, things like, well, we're always going to have our cold steel. We're always going to do, of course, our work tough gear, or Rosecraft, or Carnivora, those things. But instead of going down kind of the road, because there's plenty of channels, man, and they do a phenomenal job with the Civivis and the all the other brands out there, Artisan Cutlery and Benchmade and Spyderco. And if we come across some knives like that, or I got them in the collection, we'll do show and tells and we'll do reviews. But I want to focus on, because everybody does that. You know, there's certain knives you might get 9 different looks at the same damn knife. I don't want to do that. The best I can. I want to give you the stuff that you're like, dude, really? That's what I enjoy. The other thing I want to do with this knife making contest is really give people an opportunity. We got our first knife in. Captain Electro sent me his in. I know Jerbs is working on one. I know several people are working on them. I'm really looking forward to seeing where we go in 2024. We're going to have more outdoor stuff. Probably going to throw out some kind of outdoor video tomorrow, maybe cleaning up the property, doing something like that. Guys, we'll always have our knife reviews. I know we do a bunch of them. We get a bunch of knives in, and I love it. For me, and let me just park right here. From where we started out, I'd start out with a knife and I'd just chop. I didn't really know how to show one, and I'm learning every day. There's still knives that I get in, I'm like, wow, this is going to be tough. Not because it's a bad knife, but because, you know, if you got a knife, guys, a bushcraft knife is pretty easy to review. It just is. If it's sharp, if it's got good handles, hell, even the big knives, the Bowies, that stuff's easy. But when you get into daggers and the little fighting knives and the little nuance knives, and you're trying to give it the best light you can because it's a good knife, I love that challenge. Do I always succeed? No. No. I know I don't. But I'm learning on it. The other side is this, and this is really important to me. 2024 is going to be a year where I cut the negativity. A lot of times, guys, 99% of the time, I'm playing, but it does not translate well on YouTube. And I don't want you guys thinking, damn, Scab walks around mad or throwing a fit all the time, because most of the time it's a damn joke. I mean, I might really feel that way, but I'm not mad about it, if that makes sense. The other side is this. With that, there are some great channels out there. Great channels. I watch a lot of channels when I can. We're not going to do things like other channels. I'm not here to mimic or copy anybody, although I understand everything that I'm doing in a review has been done before. I'm not here to break a knife. Nothing against it. Nothing against it. If a knife breaks in my testing, then that knife, there was something faulty. Where I want to go with the knife reviews is this. I'm going to use a knife. Now, we're not going to abuse it. The more that I use knives, the more that I'm seeing, you know what? It's a tool, it's an instrument, and if you treat it properly, it's going to hold up. I don't care what anybody else does. I'm going to watch it. It's entertaining. It's fun. But see, I don't buy knives because of a knife review. I do know this. I want to give you the best look at a knife. Best look at a knife I can with my skill set. And my goal for 2024 is to improve that skill set so that when the review's over, you go, damn, that's a good knife. Not, that's a good knife reviewer. You ever notice how, and I'm going to be careful here, but you ever notice how some of your best knife reviews and some of the channels you watch the most know how to handle the knives the most? You ever, you know? And let me say this about Joe X, because I love Joe. Shout out to Joe X. Guys, I am never subliminally talking about Joe X. You know why? Here's why. And y'all can say, Joe Scab's talking about you, because I love the guy. When I watch a Joe X video, he's going to break the knife. There's no surprise there. There's no agenda there. The only agenda Joe has is to break the knife. I have no problem with that. Where I have a problem, and I'm going to stop even mentioning it, because it gets cast on people it shouldn't. And it's not even a problem. I know how hard I go on knives. Where I have a problem is, oh, this knife broke. It must suck. No. It could be a bad knife, or it wasn't being used properly. I'm not throwing stones, guys. When I say that stuff, a lot of times it's just off the top of my head. Again, a lot of times my humor, me being a smartass, doesn't translate. So I'm going to stop. I'm going to review knives to the best of my ability. We're going to worry about this channel. We're going to shout out a bunch of channels. And we're going to love and grow this community. That's what I want to do. I really do, man. I'm not arguing with anybody online. No more. Because the truth is, from the day one, when I stepped in, I have been about community. I'm not going to change that now. To me, every knife review has value. It has merit. If you know what you're looking for. I may not agree with everything. I don't have to. They're not doing it for me to agree with. Vice versa. Not everybody's going to agree with me, but let's do this. And what I'm telling you is, I'm not going to do any more. See, a lot of times Scab Petty's just having fun, but it doesn't translate that way, does it? I can name 3 people that's left the channel because of me being a smart ass, and they took it wrong. Say, Scab, that's on them. No, not really. Not really. Not when it's stuff that it doesn't matter to the channel, right? So, that being said, I want this to be positive. I want it to be informative. And I want it to be fun, dude. I'm always going to say how I feel. I mean, that's part of why you guys watch. But if it doesn't pertain to the channel or the knife, we're just dropping it, dude. Why? Why bring it up? That being said, guys, I'm not going to tie y'all up long, man. I just wanted to say thank you. I love you. I wanted to explain a couple things. I'm looking forward to 2024, man. We're going to roll. Y'all have a good night. Happy New Year. I'm Scab. You're not. I'm going to enjoy this